DJ Durong from Hot 702.5 in Las Vegas. It's time to come together. Rainbow Dreams Educational Foundation presents the 24th annual Las Vegas Juneteenth Festival, going down Saturday, June 21st from 4 to 9 p.m. at the Expo at World Market Center, and it's free to the public. Catch R&B icon Tweed live on stage, plus performances by Kiss Kiss and the Squad, Darnell Alexander, Unk and the Nephews, and Las Vegas's pop princess Ray Millie. Hosted by DJ Ambeezy with Not a Boy DJ and DJ Kelly J on the ones and twos. Stop by and visit the Hot 702.5 FM live remote tent and check in with our on-air personalities. Shop the vendor marketplace, hit up the food trucks, and enjoy surprise guests throughout the night. Presented in partnership with Google, MGM Resorts International, Live You Equals You in the city of Las Vegas. Come together this Juneteenth weekend to celebrate freedom with Tweet and Rainbow Dreams. Get your e-ticket now and be entered to win one of our fabulous prizes. Visit June19LV.com. That's June19LV.com.
Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7. Live on hot7025fm.com.
It's your main man, 360 the Poet from the Morning Wood. And are you looking for the perfect drink? Well, you found it. Mimosa Royale is the perfect combination of California sparkling white wine and natural juice that is both tasty and refreshing. No artificial colors or flavors, no sugar added, and it's gluten-free. As the world's first ready-to-drink mimosa, Mimosa Royale is perfect for any occasion, day or night. You no longer have to drink 12 of those seltzers just to get that perfect buzz. At 8% alcohol, Mimosa Royale is the perfect drink to party with. Offered in a variety of flavors and sizes, you are bound to find a Mimosa Royale that you'll love. We have berry, mango, apple, and orange, with more flavors to come. Mimosa Royale is the most award-winning flavored wine that serves in bottles or cans. You can find them online at drinkmimosa.com or find them at your local liquor store. Ask for it by name. Mimosa Royale.
Y'all, are y'all tired of hiring a cleaning service that just won't get the job done? Well, have I got good news for you. Midwest Superb Cleaning Services has been operating since February of 2020. Quashana and Josette Willie Walker are the founders and owners. Midwest is based out of Allenton, Wisconsin, but guess what, y'all? They travel anywhere and everywhere. They are traveling to residential and commercial accounts all over the country. They can be reached by email at Quashana@MidwestSuperbCleaningService.com or by phone at 262-846-8122. Y'all better call them. Hey, this is Herflow from Hot 702.5 FM, where we bring you the best in hip-hop, R&B, pop, and talk. Tune in.
All this technology, well, I said it. It's making everyone lazy and nosy, I get it. But what happened is we TikTok famous, now aren't you with it? Nah, I just wanna go to the towns. Back in when my friends to the park was a vibe. Those sticks and stones may break my bones, don't try. So if you know the why, go That hustling wasn't a crime when fathers were in the home for dinner time. Where did the time go? No one knows. What if we were back into the days where all we do was VCRs, iPhones, and no phone? What if we were back into the days where all I know is mama said me that street light home? What if we were back into the days where all we knew was VCRs, iPhones, and no phone? What if we were back into the days where all we knew was mama said me that street light home? What if we were? Said what if we were? You remember?
Ooh, sad, killed it.
I had to choose on these big moves. She chose on me. No duck goose. Meditation to the mind while I'm making moves. Tunnel vision to the grind. No, I will not lose. And I'ma put you on, stick to myself, and I'ma be in my zone. Baby, what do you want? She wanna ride my wave, and I'ma play it safe. Can we be on go? Can we hustle and flow? Gotta keep my mind clear, gotta stay away from stress. If we dress to impress, you can hop in my ride. Understand where we at, we gotta stay on track and hold each other's back. If you just hop on my wave, we'll be okay. You are the question and I am the answer. With you, my baby, my heart beats faster. I'm just here to change your life. You're as sharp as a knife. Smoking spinach with my olive oil. Yeah, I planted the seed in the soil. But what did I plant to be raw? We gotta stay healthy. No, we can't get spoiled. We are the truth and there are no rules. You a ruby, baby, you're a jewel. And I know love is easy, yeah. I need you to believe me, yeah. I knew you was gonna be my girl. Let me take you away from this world. This world. Moves.
Hey, this is Her Flow from Hot 702.5 FM, where we bring you the best in hip hop, R&B, pop, and talk. Tune in. Hey, you guys have tuned in to Hot 702.5 FM, Risky Radio, and you are listening to Her Flow on the flow here on Hot 702. You guys, thank you for tuning in. I am so glad that you are with me today. And you guys, I tell you what, it has been a very, very long week, but very prosperous week, very productive week. And I've had some good energy. Y'all know I bring the energy. You know I bring the energy, okay? So listen. Every week, I tell you I have special guests, and today is like no other. I have special guests today, too. So you guys need to do me one thing. Every Thursday at 5 p.m. PST time, y'all don't play with me. Go ahead and tune in and share the show. You got to do that, right? We are on YouTube. We're on Twitch. We are on X. We are on everything. So just tune in and watch it, right? So today, we have a very special subject. So you women come closer, come closer, come closer. We're going to talk about some things that I have probably discussed on the show before. And it really has to do with motivating women. But not only women, men can stand to benefit from it too. Okay. So we're going to motivate you today. And I'm going to have my guests introduce themselves today. So first of all, we're going to turn over this way and we're going to have this lovely, beautiful lady introduce herself.
Well, hello, audience. My name is Gina Alexander, and I am here today with Her Flow.
Hey.
And I am so happy for her to have me on this show. And I do have a guest with me, and I'm going to let her introduce herself.
There you go. Let's go over on this side.
Hello, everybody. I am Tracy Jr. I am so honored to be here.
Yeah.
So honored
Yeah.
for this subject and what we got going on.
Yes, yes,
And I
yes.
hope everybody is tuned in.
Yes, yes. Y'all better be tuned in. So I met these beautiful ladies a while back, and they became my sisters in love. I got another sister in love sitting across from me, y'all, but y'all know her already, Icarice. I love her energy. And we are here together. It's a Black woman summit up in the studio today. I'm just letting y'all know, if y'all can't handle the power, maybe you need to get with it, get your energy up. So listen, Gina, tell me, you have a organization, right? And I kind of want you to tell me a little bit about the organization and what you got going on, and tell me why you started. But let's not go into all of it at one time.
Okay.
Just kind of tell me your organization.
So I have a movement, really.
A
It's
movement.
called Style Your Soul.
All right.
And
Yeah.
the little bit that I wanted to start off by saying is, it came about in the strangest way.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll go more into it as we talk, but I really wanted to give a shout out to my daughter, who really is the one that really encouraged and empowered me to go for what I love to do.
Yeah.
And she told me, she said, "What is it that you love?" And I said, "I love people." And she said, "But what do you love about people?" I said, "I love helping people. I love empowering people. I love healing people." She said, "But what else do you love?" I said, we know that. Fashion. I'm all
Yeah,
about
yeah.
that fashion. I'm all about,
Well, we can see that. Come on, Gina. Look at you,
I'm
girl.
all about that fashion. So I had a whole different platform at one time, and she's the one that said, "You know what, Mom? Scratch that platform and do it all in one and do what you love to do." And I said, "I love to empower and help people, and I love fashion." So she said, "Put it together." And there it goes. Style Your Soul.
Yeah, and that means so much. What's your daughter's name, by the way?
Her name is Alana Holt Hall.
All right, Alana, shout out to you. Okay,
Yes.
shout out to the power team. Alana, thank you for having your mother follow her dreams and the things that she wants to do to motivate people. So, Style Your Soul, how did you come up with that name?
Well, because we had to come up with something. If I would have said, "Hey, ladies, I want you guys to come and have a empowerment talk about healing and about depression," and be like, "No." And I said, "Okay, how do I get people to tap into their self-worth, tap into past trauma, but have fun?"
Right.
And how do we do that? By talking about fashion.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it came about that way because I always want people to show up in their authentic self, but I also want people to show up on how to feel better, but not how you feel.
Okay. And I also, this wonderful lady, she's so beautiful. She is her soul, when you say Style Your Soul, it reminds me of Tracy over here. Because I met Tracy, we'll talk about that story later, but I met Tracy and just her whole spirit, because I'm kind of like an introvert, extrovert. So I meet people and I'm like, "Oh yeah, girl, I'll call you." And probably never do. But Tracy and I, we started talking, and ever since then, we've been just kind of communicating and just loving on each other as sisters. And I really think that's what sisterhood is about, because you have a lot of women that are dealing with a lot of trauma, right? Yes. And sometimes I mention that on the show because I too have dealt with trauma and domestic violence and that kind of thing. And so I kind of want to get into that story of the deep part of women being afraid to come forth and talk about the trauma due to judgment and things that may be said, and like we kind of going through that in some of the cases that are going on today. We won't even go into it because I don't know. I'm not going to put myself in that situation. But however, a lot of women are afraid to come up and say, "Hey, listen, I've had some things happen to me that have shaped me and traumatized me." So I'm going to just kind of have you talk a little bit about some experiences that have shaped you and why you are the woman that you are today.
Wow, I'm glad you brought that up. What shaped me? What got me going? What put the fire under my feet? Well, I'm a survivor. And I'm a survivor of 2.5 years ago. Not that I didn't have trauma before, not that I have not faced trauma with others, but I faced deep trauma. I faced deep domestic violence 2.5 years ago. It hasn't even been 3 years, but 2.5 years ago, I found myself in a position that I had to live, and I had to walk away to live.
Right.
But I've been doing this work for 30 years. I have been helping young people. I have been helping young ladies in domestic violence and child trafficking, sex trafficking, all of this. And I had to wake up one day and say, oh, wait a minute.
It's me.
It's me. It's me. And that is what shaped my reason for doing this. Why I said I am going to take lemons and change it into lemonade. And I am going to say, I'm not going to live in my story. I'm going to share my story.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to empower others to share their story so they can get up, dress up, show up in their authentic self to attract positivity. Because when you show up how you feel from something that just happened to you, guess what you're going to attract? The same type of people who made you feel that way. But when you show up in a room and nobody knows what your story is because you have to tell it, but when you show up, you shine, other people want to be around you. Positive people want to be around you. You just talked about it. You met Tracy. And you had no idea of her story, but her energy and her positivity was there. If you knew her story, and she's one of my models, she will be part of my event because this young lady has lots of stories. We're gonna make sure she only select 1 or 2 stories. But she has lots of stories. She's a survivor. But if you looked at her, you would never know. So my goal is the movement. And I talk about this in a lot of my marketing. I talked about when fashion meets healing, you don't put on clothes, you put on confidence. You step into your story, you walk into your worth. This is all about when pain meets purpose, where fashion and mental health collide to create something unstoppable. That is our goal. And why do it the old-fashioned way?
And I want to stop you on that note because I'm gonna go over here to Tracy. And Tracy, tell me how you and Gina met and
we've been friends for life. We've been friends for life. But how I recognize with this movement is my trauma is not directly mine, but it's my experience. I saw all of my trauma through my mother going through things. And I just knew that I wanted something as an adult different for my life. And my mother would be at her lowest, but she would step out and no one would ever know what she was going through. But I've made some changes in my life and it's positive. And I want to be able to let people see that you don't have to live through your past. You can embrace your future. And fashion is my way of showing how much I love myself. I want to not only be seen as my own authentic self, but I want also for everyone to see God in me. And so I bring it with class. I bring it with class. I step it up and I'm down to help anybody. You got questions, I will get the answers. I am down. I support everyone.
And I would like to say, like, and I want to say this again to reiterate, your energy is so beautiful.
Thank you.
Like, I mean, I'm not going to tell the whole story, but when I met you, I said, oh, I like that hat you got on, girl, because you were styling and profiling. You know what I mean?
And I found myself chasing you
down. Because you know what? Sometimes when you share that same energy, you can just feel it, right? And I'm, like I said, I'm more like an introvert, extrovert. So when I'm around people, I know how to be social, but when I understand how to be by myself and I enjoy my own company. And one thing I want to say too, Gina, in my own experience of going through that, a lot of times, again, lots of women are ashamed to say that they have been through trauma, and we have been taught through generational. I don't want to say curses but generations
to keep it inside the house.
To keep it out, keep it inside the house. Don't say anything about it. Little girls that are being abused and, essayed, we are taught to say, don't say anything about that. And so now they grow up being shameful and not want to tell what's happened. But we can't be that way because other generations follow and now you have a generation of women who feel like they're not validated, feel like they need somebody to validate them. And that's when the abuse starts, because now you feel like, hey, listen, I got to have somebody. Instead of you validating yourself,
exactly,
you start looking outside externally for people to validate you. And that's where that self-love comes in. Am I right, Gina?
Oh, you're so right. Yeah. I did an experiment for 2 years.
Yeah.
That was the hardest experiment I ever did. I said to myself, I'm going to take a picture of myself and I'm going to post it. Then my aunt came back and said, don't you ever apologize for being beautiful. And she said, you post every picture you ever take. Don't you let nobody take a picture of you. You set that camera up and you take that picture. And do you know, that 2-year experiment was the hardest thing. I lost friends.
Yeah.
I lost relationships.
Yeah.
I had people wondering if I was losing my mind. But I kept doing it. And I finally one day wasn't uncomfortable. And I didn't have to explain it anymore. Because if you don't love yourself,
who's going to love you?
Who's going to love you?
Who's going to love you?
Yeah. And I want to tell you something too, which is really, I never said this on the radio before, but people probably see a lot of pictures of me. I take a lot of pictures. I take a lot of videos, but I'm going to tell you why. Because at one point in my life, I didn't have that love for myself. I didn't even know how to love myself and what it was and what that was like. And I ran through, to tell a little bit about my story without going into detail. And I'm writing a book one day, it's going to be, but without going into detail, I had to run, literally plan my escape and run from my abuser, right? And sometimes when you don't have the support, you don't know what to do, how to go, where to go, what advice to get, and who do you trust to do that, right? Because sometimes you can't even trust the people that are in your circle.
Right. You always got to learn to trust your discernment and to trust your instincts. But your discernment will lead you into so many positive spaces. And you don't have to explain. You don't have to explain how much you love yourself. That's right. You don't have
why.
Right.
You don't have to explain that to people. Exactly.
And if someone's not cool with it, they're not supposed to be there. But you don't have to explain how much you're in love with yourself. You don't have to explain why you woke up and want to dye your hair red.
You better believe it. You better say
you want to wear a yellow wig. That's you. You're feeling it. And what you feel, the world is going to experience that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, waking up in the morning and understanding your own beauty and how beautiful you are and wanting to take, like Gina said, take a picture of yourself and feeling good. I do what I want to do. And if somebody's uncomfortable with that, I don't care. Sorry, not sorry. Because I'm not going to be apologetic about the love that I give to myself, that I'm supposed to give to myself, right? I'm going to start with me. And then when I get done filling my cup and pouring into my cup, if I have something left over, I'll give it to you. On that note, we're going to come back. We're going to go to a commercial break and we're going to play a song. You guys, we're going to get deep into this. And I thank you for tuning in.
To roll up, tell me what's the hold up. So get it. Let's talk about this now. I make it real loud. Unneeded problems, trust has fallen. Got folks calling my phone now. What you gon' do? Need me to do roll through and solve this problem. Unneeded problems, trust has fallen. Got folks calling my phone now. What you gon'
I love what you got, but I'm young and I'm dumb, running straight to the top. Leave it color-coded with it. Love whenever you be showing emotion, yeah, that mean I got you. To be honest, ain't a lot of chicks that really top you. And you know I'm with it, nothing to lose. You got to choose. I be around some groupies, but I'm not into those. Yeah, I want you in the picture, but you changing your pose, banging me up, calling my phone, saying you know what I'm doing. You know you hard, you ain't moving. So tell them cats in them DMs, if I see him, my baby gon' be making a post that say free him. Cause your love worth 100 miles of running facts. Let me call this girl back.
This is the remix. I'm stuck on the road, baby. Haven't been in my right mind. I'm thinking about you, baby. I need a new lifeline. I ain't going nowhere. Promise I won't disappear. We can spend many nights rolling through city lights. Girl, you know you're my equal. Let's continue this sequel. I knew right away that you would be the type. On my toes, you keep me up. Girl, let's go, I'm keeping up. Gotta silence her tonight. Coming. I know you're sitting home lonely. All those nights you've been lonely. Girl, I've been running, haven't been keeping up. I can tell that you want it. Girl, I'm on my way, be there around noon, let's go all day. It's 1 in the morning, still can't get enough. It's too hard to control it. I know you're sitting home lonely. All those nights you've been lonely. Girl, I've been running, haven't been keeping up. I can tell that you want it. Girl, I'm on my way, be there around noon, let's go all day. It's 1 in the morning, still can't get enough. It's too hard to control it.
Lonely, my little lover from my home, man. I miss the way you put it on, man. You used to ride me like a pony, but I had to run the streets. I do it for the cheese macaroni. You know it's hard to control, man. So don't say you won't play. Don't wanna suit you for weird on your birthday. A little niggas on the side if you thirsty. I wanna feel you inside in the worst way. Yeah, dripping so wet, need no foreplay. Wind up on me like it's Juve. Oh, you know they hate us when we going up. You know you love the way you're slowing down. Lucky nobody when I'm not around. Me left Jamaica, now I'm back in town, and I know
you're sitting home lonely. All those nights you've been lonely. Girl, I've been running, haven't been keeping up. I can tell that you want it. Girl, I'm on my way, be there around noon, let's go all day. It's 1 in the morning, still can't get enough. It's too hard to control it. I know you're sitting home lonely. All those nights you've been lonely. Girl, I've been running, haven't been keeping up. I can tell that you want it. Girl, I'm on my way, be there around noon, let's go all day. It's 1 in the morning, still can't get enough. It's too hard to control it.
DJ Durong from Hot 702.5 in Las Vegas. It's time to come together. Rainbow Dreams Educational Foundation presents the 24th annual Las Vegas Juneteenth Festival, going down Saturday, June 21st from 4 to 9 p.m. at the Expo at World Market Center, and it's free to the public. Catch R&B icon Tweed live on stage, plus performances by Kiss Kiss and the Squad, Darnell Alexander, Unk and the Nephews, and Las Vegas's pop princess Ray Millie. Hosted by DJ Ambeezy with Not a Boy DJ and DJ Kelly J on the one ones and twos. Stop by and visit the Hot 702.5 FM live remote tent and check in with our on-air personalities. Shop the vendor marketplace, hit up the food trucks, and enjoy surprise guests throughout the night. Presented in partnership with Google, MGM Resorts International, Live You Equals You in the city of Las Vegas. Come together this Juneteenth weekend to celebrate freedom with Tweet and Rainbow Dreams. Get your e-ticket now and be entered to win one of our fabulous prizes. Visit June19LV.com. That's June19LV.com.
Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot7025fm.com.
Hey, this is The Flow from Hot 702.5 FM, Risky Radio. Tune in every Thursday at 5 p.m. to listen to dope people, dope topics, and dope vibes. Hey, you have tuned back into The Flow, and I'm Her Flow here on Hot 702.5 FM. I am so glad you guys tuned in with me. This topic that we are talking about, if you have not watched the first segment, if you didn't get a chance to watch it, please go back to YouTube or go back to X and please watch it. Twitch, you guys, just go back to YouTube and watch it. That's all I'm saying. We're talking about a deep subject of domestic violence and SA and just a lot of different things that maybe some people may not understand. And if you've never been through it before, it's really hard sometimes for people to understand the concept of, well, why didn't she just leave? And let me say this too. Women are not the only ones that go through domestic violence, okay? There are also men that go through domestic violence. And sometimes you get to a point where you say enough is enough. Enough is enough, right? And women will go through this thing where, I'm going to say this, there are a lot of women that said enough was enough and they're locked up right now because they just got to a point where they got tired and it resulted in other things because they didn't know who or what to turn to, and men too. So this subject is like near and dear to my heart as we talk about this subject. You guys, first and foremost, if you are experiencing domestic violence, please reach out to somebody. Please call somebody, call for help, call the domestic violence helpline, call for help. Okay, somebody that you can trust, somebody that you know is going to have your back. Please, there is help out there. This is why I have these beautiful ladies on the show, because you can even reach out to one of us if you need to, okay? So we're going to go back into the subject, and I'm going to go back over, and I'm going to come back to you, Tracy, in 1 second. And I'm going to go back over to Gina. What do you say to somebody who says, I'll never go through that. I've never been through that, so I can't understand why the person just doesn't leave?
You know, when you have people that have an opinion of why a person should do a certain thing, it's not about telling them that you shouldn't judge. It's about, I'm going to give you an example, and this is the best example that'll make sense to anybody that is a Tyler Perry fan.
Okay.
If anybody ever watched the movie The Diary of a Mad Black Woman, there is a scene, and that scene always resonates with me. And we had the scene with Madea in the kitchen, and then two young ladies. We had the one young lady that had been experiencing domestic violence with her husband that was very, very rich. And then we had the young lady that she grew up with that was on drugs. And she looked at Madea and she says, why? What happened to her? And Madea looked at her and said, life. One word. Because you're sitting here with a story yourself. You're sitting here and you're running to me for support, and you are being abused by your husband, but for some reason you feel your story is better than her story, who is experiencing the effects of being on drugs. Sometimes you just gotta put it back on someone. My mama always used to say, keep living, baby. I used to be like, oh, mama, I'm never gonna gain weight. She used to say, keep living, baby.
And I'm gonna tell you what, domestic violence doesn't have a look.
It doesn't.
Am I right, Tracy?
It
doesn't
not.
have a look, right?
It does not.
Yeah, let's talk more about that.
Okay. My mom went through a lot. It seemed every man that she met would be abusive. And each time that man got lower and lower and lower. And my mom was so beautiful. She was one of the most beautiful women in Las Vegas. Beautiful. And they beat her down and beat her down. And it wasn't just a physical abuse. It was the emotional abuse.
Mental, emotional abuse, yeah.
Yes. And the financial.
Yeah.
Manipulation. The financial manipulation. My mom was not a worker. She was so used to being taken care of. And that as she got older, each man would do less and less and less for her. And I just stood back and watched, and I said, I will never depend on anyone but myself. And I'm the type of person, if I'm going through something, nobody will know it because I'm going to handle it on my own. I have the discernment to get up and leave. I look for red flags. I vet everybody. I will go as far as looking up your background. I will do a Google search. I will vet people before I kiss them.
Right.
This is how I am so adamant about not going through anything my mother went through. I witnessed my mother getting pushed in Lake Mead when I was 6 years old, and him standing up next to his friend laughing, and I'm screaming. He was a monster. But now I see the monsters. But then there's also the cheaters, and the cheaters do not understand that is manipulation also. You are being abusive. You may not be putting your hands on that woman, but you are mentally and emotionally abusing her. And I just vet. I just wish women would start vetting before they feel like they need to be validated by anyone. It can be your father, your cousins. No one is living your life besides you. You are the main character
in your story. That's right.
Everyone else is a supporting.
That's right.
Supporting. And if they are not, it's time for you to move on. If they are not, it's time for you to recruit someone else for that position. But
And then too, Tracy, I do want to say that I think the women that are being raised today, they're a different type of women. Okay, they're not taking all the abuse they're a lot stronger. But I'm gonna tell you too why, because back in the day we didn't have all the resources, right?
Yes.
I remember times when if you call the police on your person, they say, oh yeah, he's just being a man, and mothers would tell their daughters, oh girl, he's just being a man. That's just what men do. Right. I remember back in the day how things went. There was not the internet. And there's not
the internet. Let me tell you, girl, so many platforms like TikTok has opened so many people's eyes on what is happening in this world, what is happening in relationships, what is happening with financial situations. The younger generations, they are stronger and better than us, and that's the way it's supposed to be. That is the way it's supposed to be. I'm so proud of these ladies.
Yes.
But I want to also tap into that, because unfortunately they are stronger, but they are being subject to abuse. Because our young ladies no longer value themselves. They no longer make anyone value them, because the society has said it is okay for someone to exploit you. So now the abuse is different. It's exploitation.
Yes, and they don't value their bodies.
And they don't value it, and they don't allow anybody to even value them. They are now introducing different type of okay, we have different type of relationships now. And which is fine, the each is on. But also, is it really fine, or is it being pushed because you don't have no choice?
I'm going to speak on that, and then too, Gina, y'all my sisters, but I'm gonna speak on that. I'm going to agree on that, and then I'm going to disagree on that. I'm going to tell you why. Because I think that when it comes to the respect factor, I agree, right? We're respecting yourself. But there was a time when you couldn't dress like you wanted to. You couldn't say what you wanted to. It was too much. If you said this, you weren't a lady. If you did this, you weren't a lady. I don't agree with that. I agree with the fact that whatever you choose to be, people should respect you for whatever the choices and decisions that you decide to make. And also, in saying that, somebody may feel like, oh, she's dressing a little bit too sexy, or somebody could look at Tracy and say, you know what, I think she's dressing a little bit too sexy, or look at you and say, I think she's dressing. This is where it goes back to validating yourself and being able to say, I am enough. And if you choose not to look at it, then look the other way.
Change the station.
And I always change the station. Because I refuse. I wear what I want to wear.
Yes.
And if you don't like it, then I'm sorry. Choose another station. Choose another story for yourself.
I had to say that to a couple people, but what I want to say to you is, we are on the same page. That is not what I was talking about.
Okay, let's go.
We are on the same page, because if anybody know me, I will tell a person in a minute, if you don't like the way I shine, baby, put your shades on.
That's right.
Because it's too much light.
That's right.
But no, it's not about that. What I mean about exploitation is they are no longer giving boundaries.
They're not.
I'm not even going to say men, people are allowed to mistreat and mishandle them, and it's now a trend. It is okay to put them in situations that's unsafe, and it's trendy. We're talking about that now. There's so many things going on right now that is hot topics that are, it was trendy. And now people are going to jail for trends. Because they didn't even know that they were supposed to be saying no.
But do you know that too was back, that's like 2013, 2010. And I think, like I said, over the years, and you see we're in 2025 now, I think what we're seeing now is the result of the past. I don't think it's so much it's happening, but I really believe that what we're seeing now in the news and what's going on, okay, with this Diddy and Cassie situation, I think that was from what we were talking about earlier. Don't say nothing. If you say something, they might be wrong. Well, you put yourself in this situation. Oh, well, you're dressing too sexy. You're doing this. Let me tell you something. First of all, it is not my responsibility to make you have self-control.
No.
I think that if you don't have self-control, that is your issue, and that's what you should deal with. Not my clothes. You should deal with your own discipline and your own self-control, because I think that is the problem. And to say this, because I'm going to say this too, and it's not a man or woman thing. I'm speaking in terms of boundaries and respect. If I see a man without a shirt on, should I go run and jump on him and say, oh, child, you sure look?
No.
Or if I see another woman, because I'm gay, and if I see another woman, I say, oh, yeah, you sure. Is that correct because that woman or man has on something that I like or desire, and I don't have self-control? It's called boundaries.
And it's called perpetrating violence against someone. You do not perpetrate violence against someone because you have an opinion about them. If you see someone walking down the street and they have half a clothes, no clothes. Please understand there's a story. Whether that story is the story you like, there's a story. You don't get to perpetrate violence against them because they don't look like you, or they don't walk like you, or they wasn't raised like you.
But who made the rules though?
Who made
the rules? Who made the rules on what we should wear, how our hair should look?
That's a deep subject.
Yeah, we're gonna have to come back on that, because let's talk about religion in the community and how young girls have been exploited to religion. We're gonna come back though. Listen, you guys,
That's deep.
You guys
You
have
get
tuned
deep.
into. Girl, I'm a deep woman. I'm just all I'm saying. Y'all know. You're listening to The Flow. We're gonna come back in a few minutes.
Put your arms around me. Love it when you're close to me. I just wanna make you feel how you make me feel. At the end of the night, promise you'll be by my side. Make everything be alright. I can't help that sometimes I just want someone to kiss. Hate it when you're leaving. Hate it when I feel like this. I can feel it in my chest. So easily upset. It's the things you do. Put your arms around me. Love it when you're close to me. I just wanna make you feel how you make me feel. At the end of the night, promise you'll be by my side. Make everything be alright. Yeah, I want you to know, even if we go our separate ways, or if we live on different planets, from Earth to outer space, you can never be too far away. Give me all your energy. I can't help that sometimes I just want someone to kiss. Hate it when you're leaving. Hate it when I feel like this. I can feel it in my chest. So easily upset. It's the things you do. Put your arms around me. Love it when you're close to me. I just wanna make you feel how you make me feel. At the end of the night, promise you'll be by my side. Make everything be alright. Can't help that sometimes I just want someone to kiss. Hate it when you're leaving. Hate it when I feel like this. Feel it in my chest. So easily upset. The things you do, the things you do. Put your arms around me. Love it when you're close to me. I just wanna make you feel how you make me feel. At the end of the night, promise you'll be by my side. Make everything be alright.
Hey, this is The Flow from Hot 702.5 FM, Risky Radio. Tune in every Thursday at 5 p.m. to listen to dope people, dope topics, and dope vibes. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. You are listening to Her Flow, and I'm The Flow here on Hot 702.5 FM. You guys, this was a deep topic. They are coming back because we need to talk about more of this. I do want to say there's an event that's coming up that I want you guys to go to. Women, men, gay people, listen, LGBTQIA, all, listen, this event is for everybody. So I'm going to let Ms. Gina tell you about it. She's going to tell you where it is. Go ahead, Ms. Gina.
Well, we got Style Your Soul. Remember, we talked about that. Well, that is a movement. That is an event. And it's coming up. It's in next 30 days, really. It's June 21st. June 21st, 2025. Why is important? I lost my mother, my queen, 3 years ago. And 3 years, I cried my eyes out on June 21st because that's her birthday.
Okay.
So it's a very important day for me. We're celebrating her birthday because she was one woman that told me, you better show up.
Where's the event going to be, Ms. Gina?
It's going to be at 702 Pew. We are going to be doing some catering with them. And
702 View, is that what you said? Where's that located at?
It's located I'm going to pull it up because I don't. It's actually at...
While you're doing that, what I'm going to say is I'm the hottest radio show host here in the nation. I do want to say that. I want to throw that out there before we get off the show. But you guys, 702 View. If we don't get a chance, did you get the address?
It's 1405 East Sunset Road.
1405 East Sunset Road,
Suite 200.
And what time does it start?
At 11:30 a.m.
11:30 a.m.
Yes,
if you guys want to come out and have a good time,
yes, ma'am,
and donate if you want to the cause, you are not your trauma. Remember that you are not your trauma, right?
Trauma.
Yes,
you are your future.
And
you are your future.
Please email us at styleyoursoul2025@gmail.com to get more information. We do have tickets on sale, and we do have donations that we are receiving. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Listen, you guys, thank you for tuning into. Thank you, Tracy, my sisters, my other sister across the way. Thank you guys for being here on, well, as usual, on Hot 702.5. You guys tune in next week, 5 p.m.
Hey, it's Icarice, and I'm here to tell you about Hotcast for Podcasting. We are a podcasting studio located in Las Vegas, Nevada, in the Hot 702.5 FM studios. You can book online at hot7025fm.com. Just click on Hotcast. You can book and find your times right there. Thank you for booking with Hotcast for Podcasting.